we each have a set of experiences. Around those experiences, we create a scenario or a storyline of who we think we are and how we think it all is. But I'll tell you, there's no scenario you've created about your own life that is anywhere near how it is. I know that when I was at Harvard, I had absolutely no conception, not only of how my life would turn out in the external forms of it, but of what I would be experiencing now as a being. Because what I experience myself to be now is so entirely different than what I experienced myself to be 16 years ago. Not just that I had a younger body and all that. I mean, a profound change in the universe, in what I see in the world, what I see in myself, what I feel, how I deal with every situation that comes up. And if somebody said to me in 1963, you don't even begin to know what your life's going to be about, you have no idea who you are, I had already written the scenario then. And that scenario was a crock. It never had anything to do with how it turned out. And since then, I have written hundreds of scenarios, and they've all been wrong. And there comes a point where you just stop writing scenarios. Like a scenario, I'm a mother, and then your child is gone. And suddenly you're not a mother. Or I'm a wife or a husband, and suddenly your partners are separated. Or I'm healthy, and suddenly you find out you have cancer. Scenario, let go, new scenario, new scenario, new scenario, new scenario. And all the time behind it is lurking just this unfolding of law, just the working out of stuff. And sometimes when you're very quiet inside, at least for me, when I'm very quiet, I can almost see the clock ticking. I can almost see it working. I can almost see how many times I have to go through this. I mean, this is beautiful, but if it's something, it's still something, and I got to keep going through it until it isn't anything. And if I don't do it this life, I'll do it in another life. The situation you are in at this moment, whatever it is, this is one that's so hard for people to hear, for me to hear. So easy to forget. The situation you are in at this moment, whatever it is absolutely perfect. I mean, it boggles the mind to see billions of beings having billions of life situations every moment, and it all is within law. And if I understand the game, that as you get lighter and clearer and less attached, you create less and less new karma. That karma is created by every action that has attachment to it, or desire, or clinging, or intent. And finally, you stop needing to act out of your desires. The desires are there, and you're here, and action happens. And then new karma stops being created, and all that results is old karma just runs off. And very often you see beings who finished, who aren't around except for maybe a thread. And all that's there is this old karma running off. I have no idea about my guru. Was he beyond karma? Was he working out old karma? Was he finished? How would I know? You only see what you can see. I wouldn't know one if I stepped on it. I know that I've stopped asking about myself, when will I get enlightened? I've stopped counting and measuring. It's just an unfolding, and I'm just a part of a process, and I have a lot of patience now. And I am merely seeing that the means and the ends are all interwoven. It's just a mosaic that's just unfolding before my eye. And the quieter I get and the lighter I get, the more it all gets clear.